Gather round, let me hear how you feel inside. You African, I know you're scared inside. You African, but I know your future's bright. You African, let the children sing. No matter what I say or do, they might be thinking that you're lonely. You run the world and you know
it. Welcome to Let's Talk Africa with me, Spider. Thank you so much for joining me today. We are doing a continuation of the modern dating topic, and I hope you enjoyed last week's episode with Mr. and Mrs. Nunama, which was amazing and so funny. But today we're doing a more like a girls thing, a singles thing with my girl Emily and Bianca. Say hi to the fans, guys.
Hello.
Hey
How are
guys.
you?
So we're going to hear from the three girls what it's like for modern dating now, what we've experienced, and I hope everyone has also has something to say in the comments because we are so excited. So we'll just get straight into it. Modern dating, how has it been for you, Bianca?
Oh my God. Start with me, why don't you?
Oh, your name is B in the alphabet.
Yeah, I guess. Okay, so hi to everyone. Uh, I don't even know where to start. It's a jungle out there, you know? It's been such like I don't know how to describe it. It's so different.
Uh-huh.
See, the thing with me is that I was engaged for like 2 years, and before that I was in a relationship. So it's like 3 years of being in a serious relationship until last year.
Mm-hmm.
So now being on the other side and being single again, and now I'm like single and in my 30s. Trust me, that's even like I have to mention that because there's so much that comes into play.
Yeah.
The good things for me, like the pros are that the age that I'm at now and almost making that big mistake that I almost made, getting married to the wrong person. I'm not saying he's bad or anything. I'm just saying he wasn't the right person for me personally.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm now more cautious and
Mm-hmm.
I now value taking my time even more. As
Exactly.
much as someone would like externally, people have this thing of putting, like, you know, like how family is family pressure. Like your family will be like, we're praying for you to get married, we're praying for you to get married, you know, trukukunamatira, blah blah blah, and you're just like, okay, relax, I'm not in a hurry. I don't feel any type of way about being, you know, in my 30s and single or whatever. I'm embracing it, I'm enjoying it. Like it's this is the only time that I've actually been single and I enjoyed it, and I
Mm-hmm.
wasn't in a rush to meet someone, and I didn't have that pressure. I don't have that baggage. Like I'm feel very light. So
Yeah. Yeah.
when I go on when I go on dates and stuff like that, it's like I just don't have that pressure like of is he serious? You know, like it's like
Yeah.
I really focus on getting to know, you
The
know,
person.
the
Yeah.
person and stuff like that. That's one of the pros. Like I feel comfortable in my more comfortable in my skin now.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like in my 20s I dealt with so much insecurity. So there was so much baggage that used to come with dating as a whole. I have
Mm-hmm.
my own insecurities. I want to know this person is serious. They won't waste my time. And I always felt like there was this clock just ticking, you know, this ticking clock. And I know it's
Yeah.
ironic that now I'm older, but I don't feel that clock. But I think just generally my experience almost, because if I had gone through with that particular marriage that I was about to get into, I wouldn't be happy by
That's
now.
true.
So I think just that getting so close and that shock that it gave me, I'm just happy that I have a chance at a do over.
That's good that you've learned from it. It's most of the time we kind of like
Yeah,
stay on it and be like, oh, poor me, poor me. But then the important thing is learning
nah,
from it and then growing from that as well. So, Miss
yeah.
Emily,
Oh wow. Thank you. Hello guys. Well, this is actually a difficult topic, but very interesting. With me, I really regret making a mistake in the first time I got married,
mhm,
and
How you've been
I
married before?
regret. Yes, I've been married before. I've got a child, a 3-year-old child, And I actually regret. Why? Because I think that I rushed into something that I didn't know what I was doing.
Mm-hmm.
Being the reason being, sometimes we get pressured by family, and also I like when you like. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, like for people from church to encourage you to say, okay, no, no, he's the one and everything about that.
Mm-hmm.
Yet will think we have that tendency of saying when Paida and Bianca said tell me that, oh, I think he's the right person, and then automatically I feel like, okay, he is the right person, then I fall for that.
Exactly.
So that's the mistake that I
Yeah.
did in my first marriage. To say, oh, okay, since everyone is approved, I think this person is the
Mm-hmm.
right person. But ended up regretting. I had to say, okay, why did I do this? And I always blame myself to say, okay,
Wow.
I didn't manage to do A, B, C, D because I was now being playing a woman, playing a wife
Oh.
at that time of where I was supposed to be actually doing things that I would have done.
That's
So,
true.
but I passed that, and I'm enjoying single life.
Yes.
I would have enjoyed it. I would have enjoyed it more. I
Uh-huh.
would have had more years of enjoying single life.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but now I think like I'm very, 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 very sure that I won't rush myself to say, okay, I have found someone that I'm going to be dating and I'm marrying. I'm not looking forward to getting married soon. I
Mm-hmm.
really want to find a person that who I will understand and find a person that who also understand me and accept
Yeah.
the person who is who I am, and I'll also accept them without rushing, without anything. So I
That's true.
just feel
Amen.
like
That's so
I just
true.
feel like
I
I'm
feel
in
you.
that.
I feel you.
So I just feel like I'm in that phase of like, okay, even if someone comes, yeah, okay, I'm not looking forward to be marrying a person. Even if I get to a relationship, I'm not going to be like, okay, 3 months, okay, this person is not showing some seriousness and things like
Mm-hmm.
that. No, I'm not up for that
Yeah.
now.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe in the next coming years after I've achieved, okay, achieved many things. I got married at 24.
Oh, oh, I thought
I
you
got
said
married.
20. I was like, oh my God.
No, I got married at 24. Now I'm 28, and I'm like, okay.
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like, okay, life has just started now, so I should just enjoy life.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
what I really
definitely.
like from what the two of you have said is that like you've been through engagement, you've been through marriage, and even though you're single
Hmm.
now, you've learned to trust yourself, which is the first thing. Because there's so much pressure, like what Bianca was saying. With me, I had a timeline. I was like at 25, I better be married. At 27-ish, I'll be having like my first child. You know, like what society puts on you, like this is what's supposed to
Yeah.
happen. And I remember
Yeah.
Hmm.
one of my cousins, and I even told her recently, like, oh my gosh, she told me this, and I was like, she is crazy. Because she said to me, Paida, don't put a timeline on yourself. Because once you get to 25 years and it doesn't happen, you're going to be so bitter. So when I was 25, when I was like 24 and a half ish, and then I was in a relationship then, but then like nothing was happening. And I was like, my timeline, I had goals.
Oh,
Most
yeah.
girls have this. It's something that we most girls have, and with the media and society, they keep on talking about the time clock, like time clock, time.
Hmm.
So like
Yeah.
constantly in your head, like oh my gosh, my time clock is going. And I was also engaged like at 25. So when I got engaged at 25, I was like, "Whew, we're still on plan, guys." And then after a year we broke up, and I'm actually happy that we did broke. He's also a great person, but I also feel like I had to go through everything that I went through to also grow, because I was such a naive person. So I don't even hate him at all. Like I was a naive person, guys. I was like that whole like Prince Charming, we meet happily ever after, and that whole experience literally woke me up. And if I had not gone
Wow.
through what I went through, I would not be the person that I am today. So I'm really
Mm-hmm.
grateful for going through that as well. Yeah. But like now that we are all single, it's really nice to hear like where we're all coming from, so that people will be like, just girls, but I've been married, you don't understand this. So there's Emily's point of view, there's Paida and Bianca's point of view as well. And we're all like now
Hmm.
single, right? So how has it been? Like Now, because you know, when we're growing up, you would know kuti tete ningi or my ningi are going to ensure that kundi chestera the slang. Or you, if
Mm-hmm.
we the three of us are both not in Zimbabwe, so it's like it's not easy. It's not easy being in a foreign land and trying to find someone to date you or someone to date, especially if you want someone from Zimbabwe to start with. And then you're like, okay, fine, I'll branch out, but I wish I would get a Zimbabwean, but a Zimbabwean man.
Zimbabwean men don't like me. I like them, but they don't like me. I don't know why. I mean, that's just one of the things I've come to realize. Like recently, actually, like I think it has something to do with my very liberal views, and I'm willing to let some things go. You know, like some norms and stuff that we're grown up believing, because a lot of it's like, unfortunately, like culture is beautiful. I love culture and everything,
Yeah.
but some of the things are born of a very like extremely patriarchal
Mhm.
society. So I'm letting some of those things go. I'm shedding off that weight and stuff like that. So sometimes you kind of you kind of feel like um, I don't know, like because of that, the way people react to my views now, I think that's why Zimbabwean men don't like me anymore. They just don't like me. So I always tell my mom, like, because my mom really wants me to
Get
get married
married?
to a Zimbabwean. Yeah. First of all, she really wants me to get married, like, period. Second of all, she wants me to get married to like as what she know what she calls it. She calls it "Ndoda urorwe nemunhu." When she's saying Munu, she's basically talking about a Shona man.
Yeah.
Like Shona, like her particular tribe, like she wants a Shona man.
Uh-huh.
And never mind the
Okay.
fact that I myself am not even Shona. So I'm always like, you do realize that even if for starters, I'm not even Shona, but she's like, yeah, but Roro Munu. I'm just like, Mom, that's
So
inappropriate.
I hope the Vanus are hearing this. The Vanus, please.
I don't mind anymore. I'm not so open-minded.
Yeah.
I just but you know, I focus now more on the person, like the personality. Can I
Mm.
live with, because you have to live with this human being for the rest of your life.
Exactly.
But I won't be naive to say like as long as you love each other, like everything will be okay, you
Mhm.
know. Love conquers all and everything. I'm not yet fully convinced. I'm not yet fully convinced because some people are like very open-minded. You know, you meet a guy who's like very open-minded, he's cool, and you know, you share the same views or whatever.
Mhm.
But you find that his family might be, you know, maybe it's from a different country. The family might be very skeptical of you
Yeah.
and where you come from and all that. They might have like completely different hopes and dreams for him.
Exactly.
And as much as he might not mind, if he's like a very, very family oriented person, I wouldn't want to take that away from him for the sake of him choosing to be with me. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Because that's who he is. So I don't believe in people I don't believe in taking away pieces of people for them to be with you. You
Mm.
know, compromise is one thing. It comes from the person. If a person puts their foot forward to say they are compromising without me having to ask, then I accept that. Okay, this is just compromise. It happens. It's inevitable in relationships. But I really don't like to have people giving away pieces of like important pieces of themselves for the sake of being with me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's so true. That's so true. Emily?
Yeah. Well, me, you know what? I don't know if I can say maybe I don't really like Vanu.
Girl, they're gonna come for you.
No, but
I don't
Yeah,
really
but
like.
it's a preference. Go ahead.
yeah.
I don't really like Vanu, but do you know what? Vanus are the people who come to me, ask me out, and then the people that I want, the people that I want
Yeah.
are actually not the ones that actually come and say, okay, Emily, this is what's on the table. I think I've only had one person who is not Vanu who actually came to say, oh, Emily, this is this. I actually think that with Vanu, why do I say I don't really like Vanu? I really feel like most of Vanu are very controlling. Okay, they think that when you start dating them, they actually own you.
I'm glad to hear it coming from someone else, but that is my experience with Vanu.
Yes. So you see, I'm a person, I'm a very nice person, but I'm not a person who would allow someone to just walk over on me. Because I feel like, okay, no, even if I'm dating you, I've got my own rights, I've got my own voice, I have to voice whatever that I'm saying. So they just feel like, okay, we are not dating and things like that. But I keep getting them, like, I don't know. So I would want to date people with like an open mind, like she said, like to say, okay, fine, when I'm dating someone, okay, I don't need to be like, hey, was going there, where have you been, and things like that, right? I feel like the other races, that's how they are, unlike our Vanu. Our Vanu. So ever since I've been here in South Africa, to be honest, like only one person from another race has been able like to ask me out and say, Emily, this is what's on. But they keep coming, this Vanu.
But don't you think that the controlling, okay, like Paivanonzi what's this word? Yeah, yeah, song yazayimona chimbete kuti une varume kuenda kwaneti like kuchengera rudo, yeah, kuchengera rudo, that's true. Kuti
Yeah,
sometimes because we are so liberal, we're so open-minded, when someone is like on you, like, where are you, what are you doing, who are you with, maybe kuchengera, but it's because they love you, not because they're trying to control you. Maybe.
Yeah,
No.
I mean, I appreciate that. Like, I feel like, okay, if you're with someone, regardless of who they are, there's just that a level of, accountability. But okay, if you're going somewhere, it's nice to give them a heads up. You know what I mean? These days, like stuff travels so fast. Imagine you have your person who's like you're in a relationship with, and like for me, sometimes I just have this like, okay, random, I feel like doing this today. And then I'll look for someone who I think will be up to doing that particular thing I want to do that day. So I'll be like, text them, do you want to do this today? And if I'm thinking that was I'm working. It was a plan that wasn't there before. And I'm just like, don't you want to do this? Do you want to do the bike club today? And yeah, then I'll go with like a friend, go and catch up, girls' evening or whatever.
Yeah.
But when you now have someone, at least give them a heads up. Imagine kana kuzona per status, cheers. So I do believe in that. However,
through that, people have been cheating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So
it's just a way of
yeah,
someone just not finding out, through social media or not hearing it from someone else or whatever. Just a little bit of accountability. I appreciate that. What I don't like, unfortunately, I kind of I have a type that I attract. I attract men that want to own my life. They just want like 100% shares in my life. Like I don't know why I don't know why I attract that type. Yeah, I do. So it's like it goes over just wanting to kind of know and have that little line of respect where your person tells you where they are or whatever. But then it's more like,
sorry to interrupt you. Do they allow
yeah.
you to also own 100% shares in their life? Or it's like a one-way?
That's the thing. Vanu, don't see it that way. Vanu, with Vanu, you have to do like 90% of the bending, and they're just still standing. They will not bend over for you. So I don't believe in that, really. I don't believe in that. Contrary to what? Sorry, go ahead.
I had a question before where there's a high rise of Black men going to date and marry I'm just going to say white women, and then there's also a high rise of white women Black women crossing over to go and get married to white men, right? So it's like we're exchanging, right? And then you see the Black brothers when they're with the white women, the way they
do it,
the way they take care of that white woman is totally different from how they'll take care of the Black woman. So if they will become this romantic person, they will do all
Mm-hmm.
these lovey-dovey things that you were hoping they would do with you as a black woman. And then you're like, Saka, you can actually do it. You can actually do it. So why were you not doing it when you were with me? And then when I was trying to say,
Yeah.
instead of saying I'm nagging, yeah, unonetsa, yeah, my
Nda zvemufirimu.
exactly. When you're with the white woman, you can do it. So do
Yeah.
you think it's something that we're doing
Mm.
wrong as black women, or what is it?
Actually, I don't know. It's funny you should bring that up because like just when I got single, that was last year. Yeah, last year. Was it? Yeah, last year. It's like I had one manager from our workplace who was like suggesting, why don't you try like why do you only date like black guys? Why don't you try like white guy? And I'm like, I don't really choose. I don't really, what is it called, target. I want this race, I want that. I have my type in general, like as a man,
Mhm.
but it's kind of regardless of race, like I like a very tall man and a very unusually dark, like dark. I know that's weird, but yeah,
Mhm.
like that's
Mhm.
just that's like, I don't know if it's like it's not like a deal breaker if
Mhm.
he's not like really like that dark, but yeah, like it's my like preference, like the darker the berry, the sweeter the juice, or
Yeah,
something like that.
very.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
okay,
Yes. Yes. Yeah, girl,
That's just my
girl.
thing.
really.
So it's not like it comes down to that. Like if someone is approaching me, I'm like, uyana, I see dark and moody. I'm not. No, it's not like that. But like it's kind of like my physical preference. And yeah, that's the thing. I just like tall, dark, and you know,
Okay.
I wouldn't say handsome. It doesn't really matter to me
The
as long as
same
the height
taste,
is
yes.
height
It's
is
up
my
to
thing.
you.
Yeah, to me
Mhm.
it's fine. It's all good. But like I've never really thought about it kuti ndoda murungu, ndoda murungu, of which I've had friends that target particularly that
Mhm.
kuti they want a particular race. My thing is it's okay, I wouldn't mind, but my thing is like what you're saying, Paida Kuti, when the black brothers cross over to the other side, they are okay with opening the doors, but you're not okay with opening a door for some, like for your own race, because arkuzvitisa. So I have a bit of a problem with that. And then when it comes to black women
Mhm.
dating white guys, I hate when the guy makes it feel like he's doing you a favor
Ooh.
just because I'm black. I will like in any if I was to be put in a situation where like I have like a white guy who's really seriously interested in me, not just to go to, they just want to experiment with, but like seriously relationship wise, if
Mhm.
they're interested, I think I would give them the same amount of it will be the same process for me, the same way that I
Mhm.
view a black guy. Kuti, I expect this from Unumtema. I wouldn't let them off easily
Yeah.
because Murungu.
Yeah.
Because I have friends who are like, um, they don't care. They'll still treat you the same. You still have to impress them. You still be put off by you if you do certain things. Then I've seen girls who are, especially the ones who are specifically targeting
Mhm.
Murungu. They will walk on eggshells around this man. Try not to upset him because you don't want to spoil the deal. I don't get it. I don't know what it is. It's something that I've just observed, which is like you kind of don't want to make him angry, you don't want to upset him, you don't want to lose him,
Yeah.
kind of
That's
thing.
true.
Yeah, it shouldn't be like
So,
that. He should
um,
still be man up and treat you right, the same way that you would prefer a black guy to be like man up and impress you, treat
Man
you
up.
good
Yep.
and all that stuff.
Mhm.
So yeah, if he didn't treat me like he's kind of superior, I would be okay with it.
Don't let them treat you like a fool. No matter what I say or do.